good evening. Sunset combine drive home from the shop. They went through it and stored it for me. So we are bringing it home. I was going to leave at 2, and then we had a meeting, and then we found out we needed a new septic system, so had to have another meeting. And finally, about 6:30, 6:45, we finally got up here to drive it home. They got one done, and they have the other one ready probably later this week. So it's already September next week. It's crazy. I think August just flew by. But time to get the combines home so we can work on the heads. But we got a lot of work to do before we can think about harvest. Oh, this thing is rough on the road though. Gravel roads are rough. Well, we made her home. Made her home to the shop. You know, it's always a good sign we didn't have any DEF-related issues. Diesel exhaust fluid, we've had that happen before, but one home, one to go. Well, the good thing is we can take gravel on the way home. Helps on the tracks, but the bad thing is they had her all cleaned up really nice, but got a little dusty. Yep, harvest is coming. Still got the planter to rebuild, but we got a few weeks before we need that. Well, Kobe's bringing home the 9230 from the shop. I'm following along with some floor dry because we put new tracks on it. The old ones were pretty much shot. It's going on 9 years old. Still a really good machine, so we thought we'd put new front tracks on her, trying to get them broke in. Got Max supervising, so it'll be a little slower ride home today. Gotta stop every couple miles and put floor dry on there to get them seasoned in. Well, good Sunday afternoon, Labor Day weekend. Got home from church. Got nobody else is here today. Kobe stopped in and picked up his Mozzie, his dog. Took him back home. We had this weekend. I'm just out in the shop. We got to rebuild our planter before next year. So I thought, well, I'll start in on one row and see what all going to involve. But this is not supposed to do that. That's all wore out. And they've got an update kit. Of course, you got to buy the update kit that has a bearing in here instead of just cast on a steel pin. I got to take these off and then replace this piece. This piece right here is what we got to replace. I'll show you that when we get the new one. We've got all the parts. I just haven't brought them back here yet. Taking this apart now, see what it's like. I haven't never done one of those. So we're gonna pop that cap off and then take that disc out. So behind this cap is a nut which is self-tapping in there. Just take it off like that. And there you've got your blade. Hard to do one-handed here. Got your blade with a bearing in it. These are supposedly have a 1/2 inch of life left in them yet, so we're going to run them. But I am going to put I'm going to put notch blades here right behind the tracks and the tractor. See if that helps the closing just a little bit. So we are going to put different ones on here. This one here, we wrote bent on it because it's bent. I'm not going to replace that one. That one's junk. It's got to hit a rock or something. Got a bend to it. Wobbles going through the field. So that's how they work, self-threaded in there. I gotta take the rest of it apart. So here's the piece that I took off that had the two blades on it. There is a bushing in there that you're supposed to be able to replace. But here's the problem, look at that bolt. The bushing doesn't wear, but the bolt does. There's where you're getting all your play. So I'll go grab one, what they're going to replace it with. So there's the one with the bushing in the middle that you can replace. This is what they've gone to. Just a bearing. Go back and forth real easy. Bearing should be able to take a lot more. And then instead of that pin, what they're doing is they got a little piece over here that's threaded, goes on that side, put a bushing in here to fill in that slop, and then run this through, tighten that up so that'll hold this piece in there. So we got this bolt tightened up. Now there's no side to side play, won't turn. Tight the way we like it. And I'll just put it back together, and what we're doing is behind the tractor tires, a couple of these rows run on the edge of the, we're going to try these blades on here. Since it's a little more compacted, we'll have a little more aggressive filling capabilities to cut into the background a little bit compared to the round ones. We're going to try 4 rows, 2 behind each track, see how we like them, and then go from there. There we have a finished closing system. 2 new aggressive blades, got the teeth on it, dig in a little better. And the new arm, got the air cylinder hooked up again. Hopefully that lasts longer than 3 years. Next on the every row unit, I got 24 of them. I got to do that to all 24. We're going to put new blades on, new scrapers on, and we're going to add in-furrow tube for the insecticide. We've got corn rootworm problems. So I guess that's going to be part of our life now. Forever, probably. Till we get them under control anyway. And it wasn't just corn on corn, it was bean ground going to corn. So corn rootworm have figured out how to skip a year. They've been laying eggs in the bean fields now. So they're changing it up on us, so we got to change up to match them. We're putting new blades on. We got to take each wheel off, take the blades off. So that'll be the next step for each row. And since we're in here this deep, we're going to rebuild it completely. Might as well, since we're in here. This is what they call the shoe. It makes the final flat bottom for the seed to lay in. I've taken one bolt out in here already. This just comes off like that. And then it comes in a kit with the new firming point and the shoe for the seed delivery. So we got to put those together and then remount that back on there. Comes with a part, not that, and the bolts to do it. Word to the heads up, I should say. Show you the good and the bad, right? Look what I did. Broke that off in there. Used the impact when I should have just snugged it up with a regular wrench or ratchet. And that's in this big cast piece here, is all one piece, so I sure hope we can get that broken one out of there. Otherwise that just got really expensive. Well, at least that's a row 1. We know what not to do there. I don't know if this is the proper fix or not, but I was drilling out that center of that broken bolt. So I could use an easy out to get it out of there. Well, it screwed itself all the way in. So I had enough room to get the new bolt in. So we got broken bolts still in there, but that's supposed to move around like that. So that'll work. I think we lucked out there. Well, good morning. We just got that one row done last night. And Calvin's coming to, we're going to work on his pickup today, Memorial Day. But got the vacuum seal in, just going through it again. Got the scrapers, 2 new discs, firming point and shoe. This will be our new in-furrow liquid for insecticide. And then, like I said, we're trying this style closing disc on the rows behind the tracks that are a little more compacted. And then we've got the 32% out the back. We ordered saddle tanks for the tractor, which I said I would never do again, saddle tanks. I don't really like them, but we're out of room on the planter, so row 1 out of 24 done. Except to run all the hosing. We're gonna have to route hoses for this all the way up to the pump, and yeah, so that'll be a project in itself. But I really like how these got hardly any play at all on these now. That's the new one. Here's the old ones, all wore out. Well, we're really tearing into it today, day after Labor Day. Gonna try and do a quick planter rebuild before we get into harvest stuff. We got one less thing to do in the spring or winter. Cooled down now, it's like 74 degrees. Pretty nice to work out here today. This is when you wish you had a 2-row, but get her fixed up, be good for 2 more years. Well, besides the gust of wind that just come through here and blew all our wrappers around, we got the back 6 done. New closing discs on those 2. Put the old ones back on. They still got a 1/4 inch to go yet. And 2 of those there that we're trying behind the tracks. And we got new scrapers, discs, shoe, firming point, and the new arm for the closing. They're tight now, don't move. That's the way they're supposed to be. Well, day 2 of planter rebuild. We have 9 rows left to go. I gotta run after some pins that they got mixed up on the order, but should make it today, hopefully. Update on the planter. We got it all done that we can do until we get our fertilizer system ordered and come in. So we are going to probably winterize this planter, run some RV antifreeze through the pump for this, for the 32%. Kick her out. Start on the next thing. Well, we got too antsy this spring when we got done planting. We winterized that trailer, and that's what we used to winterize the side dress bar and planter. So we had this in another shed that we rent. Had to dig it out, of course. It was way in the back. The side dress bar is usually always done by now, but we didn't have it completely empty, and it kept raining and raining and raining. Next thing you know, the corn is higher than the axles on the tractor, so there it's at. So now we gotta, there isn't hardly anything in there, but we got to get that empty and rinse it out with water, and then run some antifreeze
You know what we should get would be funny is if we got the, like the airport, the lights for the shed, like to bring a plane in.
Putting machines away. It's machinery shuffle today at the planter. Oh, we got to do this yet, Kobe. Put these plugs in here so the birds don't get in there. It's been known to happen. Birds will make nests in there. That's why they got these plugs. Never good to have a bird's nest in the vac system. Good morning. We are on a trip to get some more tile. Max and I. Oh, stay over there, Max. I'm driving. Get over there. Hey, get over there. Get back in your seat. Quick trip to get a little more tile. Somebody wanted some other stuff, so we're gonna pick that up. As you can see, the corn is down here south of us is pretty dead. Kobe's home restacking a pallet of softener salt in the utility room in the shop. We were out of that, so we got to haul in those 64 bags of softener salt. I wish we would have put a door in there and we could have gotten a skid loader in, but good job for Kobe. Kobe's just got done washing the 620 and I am got done sharpening the blades on the batwing. We've got a bunch of driveways to do and a few ditches just to make sure we don't miss the edge of the semi, so that's why we like to mow our driveways right before harvest. Looks like a new one even though it's 5 years old. Got her washed up, bringing her in for an oil change. A lot easier in the pit. Walk right underneath it. Out here mowing driveways. We know where the edges are for the semis. But I just wanted to show you, this is the creek that I had in a previous video that was almost level full. And now it's hardly anything running in here. Isn't that crazy how the weather changes from full drainage ditch to almost empty?